So recently I've just seen Solo this morning, Saturday. This video is coming out Wednesday, that's why I said that. Yes, today I'll be reviewing Solo, a Star Wars story. Go ahead, hate me. You may not like this video. Spoilers, by the way. Starting off the film, we get to see an extremely younger version of Han Solo and her lover, and his lover, Crew. I think she's called. In this, both of them have plans to escape because they're already getting chased down, and they eventually do. They do eventually get out, but unfortunately one of them is already held. One of them has already got captured, and Han Solo had to go on, and then he joins the Imperial Empire, and then years later we get to see how he is. Now, you may wonder, what about Order 66? Well, it seems to me this is basically, because it's set between Revenge of the Sith and New Hope, it sounds like this is months after Order 66. So what is next is that we get to see this journey of Han trying to reunite with this girl. Now eventually she does, prior to being leaks and also in trailers. We also get introduced to a whole crew that's kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, but because of the original directors and I guess writers being fired, they changed it up to being literally only one big scene for this. Now you must be thinking to yourself, because of the IMDb page, John Throne, who plays Happy, what does he do? He voices this character. I don't know the name, guys. So I'm just going to get down to it. Eventually we do see Lando Calrissian, played by the fantastic Donald Glover, who recently had a song music video released called This Is America, and also appeared in Spider-Man Homecoming. So they go to and eventually do, and Han Solo proves himself by saying that famous line, I did the parcel because it's blah blah blah. Now, eventually in the film, I'm just going to get to it, we get to see Maul. Many people go by Darth Maul, but after the Clone Wars or after the Order 66, after being captured by Darth Sidious, he doesn't go by that anymore. He's just called Maul. Now, Maul is played by Ray Parker, the person that you saw in Star Wars Episode 1, but it's also voiced by Sam Ryder, who has recently voiced Maul on the Clone Wars, Rebels, and the fantastic game of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, this is amazing because we do get to see a little bit of the Force and a little bit of this lightsaber. Now, many of you may not notice this, but this lightsaber is literally from Star Wars Rebels. It is. This is the lightsaber, so I'm guessing that this is, I guess, after some point, Maul, after being defeated by Kanan, after him falling down, somehow he got back up and he's back into this, and that's his lightsaber, because we already knew Maul was alive after Star Wars Rebels Season 2. So it's fantastic to see that the movie directors and the writers are taking this bit seriously of the design of it. So yeah. Now, there's a question that many of you may have. Is Obi-Wan Kenobi in this film? No, he's not. In the premiere, they had Ray Parker and Ian McGregor. They toyed with you. One of them could be there, Maul was in there. But there are references to Kenobi. You're just going to have to watch the film. Overall, what do I actually think about this film? Well, first of all, prior to box office results and how other people feel, this is how I feel. I'm not going to let your judgment ruin my fantastic experience. To me, a film is a film, it's nothing else, it's not. And to say that where this is the timeline, it's the timeline between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. I'm going to do something if a person doesn't understand that again. The film gets a 9 out of 10 only because 1, Maul, 2, they mention the word Kashyyyk a couple of times, and Tatooine, and a bit of a reference to Jabba the Hutt. And if you don't like that, then you can go fuck yourself. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this